Live your life within the moment, and don't go wait until the morning.
Good morning, viewers. We're back on the road after our epic trip of 3,500 miles to through 7 countries, and so this is our first jaunt out after we've returned back to the UK. We're off to Flatford Mill. For those who are interested in art, or those that aren't interested in art, Flatford Mill is a location of John Constable's Hay Wain, or the subject matter of John Constable's Hay Wain, and it's on the Essex-Suffolk border. So we're going to have a nice run out through via Malden, and then cutting across to Colchester, and then towards Manningtree. That's our route today. For those that haven't actually seen the Hay Wain, I will put a little photo of it up. What is a Hay Wain? A Hay Wain is a large cart driven by horses, or pulled by horses, for the conveyance of hay. There you go, that's what a Hay Wain is. Many say the subject matter was sort of glamorised a little bit, but we shall see when we get there. So, but the mill still stands. It's been restored, and there is a John Constable sort of museum there as well. So that's where we're going. So I'll have a little chat en route, and as usual, if we see something of note, we'll get back to you. So this is one of the problems that I often despair about when I'm riding around the country lanes and one thing and another. We're on a national speed limit road, and the car in front is doing just at 30 mile an hour. Now, I appreciate not everyone has the confidence to drive around country lanes, but 28 mile an hour in a national speed limit road. This is why people get frustrated with the driving in this country. Just a bit of a moan on my behalf, but there you go. I'm sure I'm not the only one that gets frustrated with the way that people drive. And you kind of think, everyone thinks it's a God-given right to have a driving licence. Personally, I think everyone should be retested occasionally. But there you go. Hopefully this person will get onto will turn, not turn right, as Anne just said, not turn right and left where we're going. Hopefully they'll turn right and then disappear into the mist of time, never to be seen again. Yeah, he was getting a bit frustrated as well, Mr. Hilux. Hence the wheel spin. We're just riding through West Hanningfield, which is a really nice route to Malden. And at this time of year, as you can see, for those that aren't in the UK, we have these massive hedgerows, which don't get cut back, so they're quite dense. So it is a bit of a mystery of where you're going, and you can't see signs like that because they're not cut back. So yeah, it's all fun. But it is a nice little route, this, and we often take this route out towards Malden and then beyond, because it's got some lovely vistas and views in the fields. It's All Saints Church in East Hanningfield. All Saints Church, is it? I'll just double check. I think it is. Yeah, All Saints East Hanningfield. There you go. It's really quite nice. It's quite a nice little village. I'm just going to show you these new panniers that I've had fitted I say had fitted it. I fitted them, indeed I did. I didn't have them fitted. I did the work myself. So this frame, which comes from Outback Motor Tech, is just a standard frame, and it wasn't a huge amount of money. I think about £214, I think. And then these, which clip in here, just slot on, and then 2 straps go round the bottom on the frame, 2 round the side, and then you've got this optional extra. Well, I have put it on there, but you don't actually need to use that. They can stay on the top, or you can get rid of them, I suppose. And then from yeah, and as you can see, they're from Rhino Walk, and they are 25 litres either side, extended to 30, I think, 32 litres, yeah, 30. So, and just remind me, so they're a roll up. So you just basically undo those, roll them up, put your stuff in, roll them down, clip those in. Get a little pocket on the side. So for all your bits, all your man junk. And yeah, I think they look quite good. They're not too bad at the back as well. This one sticks out a little bit because of the exhaust. But yeah, generally not too bad. Yeah, so you can't hear Anne, but she's on the comms, so she's saying it was a better option after the tour. I had the Moscow Mule set up where everything went on over that. It was a bit of a faff, really, wasn't it? So yeah, thought we did that. Just wanted to stop to see the church, but while I was at it, I thought I'd let you know about the new setup. I'm going to be using that when we go for a little long weekend I'm going on a long weekend with a couple of mates, and we're going off to Belgium, so I'll video that as well. Now, normally, it's not that busy around here, is it? Look at bloody hell, it's like... No, what happened is a little bit further up, someone made a message that said, Seabreeze Riders doing a review, let's all go down and muck it up. There you go. I've come down this thing and there's been no cars whatsoever. Better get going because everyone's going to get pissed off with us now. We've just come out of Malden, which is quite an old town actually in Essex. Dates back to the 1100s, I think. And if you look on the sat nav, you may be able to see it. We've got a big expanse of water to our right, and Anne has just said she can smell the sea. It's obviously salty. I think it's the Haybridge Basin, isn't it? Just asking Anne if that's right. Yeah, it's the Haybridge Basin. And we have been there before, where you can walk along the waterfront. It's quite nice. It's going to be heaving today though, the weather being like it is, and it being a Saturday. This is a nice little road. Yeah, I've just noted it's national, so complaining about everyone else doing 30 mile an hour, and I thought, hang on a minute, it's a national speed limit, let's get going. But on the point of that, there was no one behind us, so we're not inconveniencing anyone, and that's the point I was trying to make. You occasionally have to look in your wing mirrors or your rear mirror and see who you're inconveniencing when you're not travelling at the required speed. Anyway, back to the road. We're just currently going through one of those lovely named villages. This is Layer de la Hay. So it's just after the Abberton reservoirs, and I think we were enjoying the scenery so much I forgot to video it, but couldn't see much actually because it's quite raised, but it's a massive reservoir which covers quite a few hectares, I would imagine. Again, I'll do a little bit of research, find out exactly how much. And I think my previous video I have shown Abberton Reservoir. That's it, don't worry about anyone else. Yeah, don't worry about anyone else, you park your caravan there. Not a shabby place to live, is it, really? Just on the outskirts of Colchester. Very, very pretty. We're just making our way through Colchester, and we're just passing some old barracks that have been converted back to housing for the locals. And then we're going to be turning right here, aren't we? Yeah, just coming through Colchester. Tried to avoid it on the route. I mean, as much as I love Colchester, Britain's first city. Back in, well, it was formed back in, was it AD 60 or something like that, wasn't it? Or 65 or something daft like that. It's basically, Caesar came over and landed in Britannia as it was then, and Colchester was one of the first garrisons they set up. So it's been a military garrison for centuries. British Army's still here as well. Oh, sorry, missed it. Bugger. Oh, yeah? Okay, alright. So I've just missed a turning, so I'm going to have to turn around. Anne's taken a left. I think I was concentrating on something completely different. So it's probably not the best place, but there you go. Joys of not following a sat-nav. Anyway, it is what it is. At least I'm back on the road now. And I should be taking a right in 480 yards. So we've just come through Colchester. It was not a good choice because it was really, really busy. But it's not the hugest, or the biggest of towns. Cities, I should say. It's not a town, it's a city. And anyway, we're out the other side now. Yeah, just turning into the road now. Sorry about that. Just explaining to the viewers the joys of following a sat-nav not too well. Yeah, so as I was saying, we had to go through Colchester, which was pretty busy. But anyway, we're out the other side now, and we've got about 14 miles to go. Heading out towards the Essex-Suffolk border. It's a little bit cooler out there as well. Something about cities, isn't it, when you're sitting in traffic with all that car work. Yeah, we've got a right at the end. Oh, we're back on that original road. Oh well. Oh, hang on, where am I going? Cross over there. I knew where I was going. It's alright. So we're almost at journey's end. We are in East Bergholt, which is where the mill is. According to the sat-nav, we're about a mile away. So we crossed over the Essex-Suffolk border a ways back, and yeah, we're just trundling through quite nicely. Suffolk's a very pretty county. It's the same as Essex, really, at the edge. Nothing to different. Suffolk's very sort of farmland orientated, and there's a lot of agriculture in Suffolk. Well, there is in Essex, but it's a bit busier. The only big town in big city, I suppose, the big primary city in Suffolk is Ipswich. And we're about, I think, 10 miles from Ipswich or something like that. Well, this is very pretty. Yeah, it is a dingly dell. Well, it says one way, yeah. So a bit gravelly in the middle bit, isn't it? Yeah, according to the sat-nav, we've got a little kink, a right and then a left. We're about 370 yards, so. A nice place to live. Very unspoilt, I would suggest. Yeah, very much. Constable Lodge Farm. There's going to be a lot of Constable going on, isn't there? I would have thought. We'll see how busy it is today. How many people got up this morning and said, "Oh, should we go to where John Constable painted the Hay Wain?" Oh, could be a left here. Okay, welcome to Flatford. Welcome to Flatford. Our car park likely to be busy. Okay. Looks like everyone's over there walking down, so that's probably where it is. Well, a few people got up this morning and said, "Why don't we go and have a look where John Constable painted the Hay Wain?" Where's motorcycle parking? Okay. I'll just try and find somewhere in the shade, I should imagine, if I can. Okay. Yeah, now we can go left here, work our way round on the front. Yeah, should be alright. Yeah, should be fine. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, it's all a bit fun.
Oh, it's nice, isn't it? Okay, so here we are at Flatford Mill, and it's only £1 for a motorcycle, which is excellent. So we had two, two for the price of one. Yeah. A cup of tea might be in order, but we'll just have a look over here because apparently it's all like a little complex. It's all National Trust, and yeah, and this is a gift shop, which which you might have to go in on the way back. And there's the always the RSPB as well, Royal Society for Protection of Birds as well. So they've got their own little gardens there. So that's really lovely. Ooh, that looks nice in there. A little visit on the way back, but we're heading definitely towards the actual Hay Wain site, aren't we? So there we go. This is it, I think, is where you can see. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. That is the old mill there, yeah, the mill house. There you go. Let's go around and have a look around the other side.
But you must have stood in there to paint it though.
Yeah. I think there was an outhouse on that, wasn't it? Something, and he put a tree there
Painted it out.
and painted it out.
Very nice.
No. Typical cottage in the area, wasn't it? So the thing you read about the Hay Wain being slightly embellished because it didn't really show the poverty of the area, did it?
No, and that's why it's saying it was very impoverished.
Yeah. Tiny. Everyone must have been small because I'm bending there. God. No roofs. School occasionally. This was there's little stories on the walls about the kids going to school and the school not opening when farm work was required in the fields, and that in January they couldn't get back because of the snow. So, and this one is interesting as well. This one said, "Did you come on the river from Dedham? I dare say you'll have noticed how low the water is now. And they say it's silting up and the bridge is in such bad repair. We get news from the barges as they pass. Everything goes through here, and now bricks for the grand buildings in London, coal that powers the steam mill, and flour from our mills is on its way to Mistley to be loaded onto boats. Who knows how far that goes." Great beams though. Alright, let's go and have a look on the other side of the river then. No. Can't get more English scenic than that, can you really? Hasn't changed much in 200 years really. Painted the Hay Wain in 1821, and a few more people though, and of course very lovely, wasn't it? It was quite popular. It's quite amazing actually how many people there were. But you can hire boats, and as you can see from the video, people canoe, and we had lunch there as well, which is nice. And we actually stood, I think more importantly, I stood in the, well, I suppose almost the same spot as John Constable stood when he painted the Hay Wain over 200 years ago. And there's not a lot that's changed, which is something to be said, isn't it? Especially in this country of ours, which is getting ever more crowded. So there are still little havens of paradise left, where you can step back in time, step back in history, and still see what someone else saw 200 years ago. Yeah, I'm glad it's one way, because there's an awful lot of gravel in the centre, so it's nice to... I think it would be a bit hectic if it was two-way, really, wouldn't it? Yeah. So we're about half a mile from Dedham, and I think there's a... yeah, I think is everyone using the river. Yeah, it's just access to the river. It's the River Stour, isn't it? So that's, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well, by the river, isn't it? River Stour. It's deep enough. Some lovely little pubs, tea rooms. And there's the Sun Inn. I think that's the one.
Okay. There's a couple of parking spaces back there.
Yeah.
Oh, unless it just goes straight up. That on the end here.
That's a driveway. This one will be alright. Come in just behind me. Very, very lovely. Little church there. There's a lot of Georgian houses actually, isn't there? Along here. Some great colours as well. Yeah, I know, it's amazing, isn't it? Apparently that sign was painted by Tom Keating, the forger. So apparently he lived in Dedham. So there you go. And that was at church. And I just saying that's the opening, isn't it? Yeah. Well, this is, it was a 15th century coaching inn apparently, the Sun Inn. It's where the coaches came in at the back. I suppose Colchester to London Road really, wasn't it? Dedham would have been, because the A12's not far from that. Yeah, so slightly, I think I'll get my pubs mixed up. This had nothing to do with witches. This was Tom Keating's pub, and he painted this sign, didn't he? Tom Keating was a famous forger and a very good artist, and I think that church as well, I seem to remember he's got one of his paintings in there as well, including a constable that's in there. Okay, that was Dedham, and we just had a little swift half in the sun in, and now we're going to head home. Looks like I've got a few rain clouds overhead, but I would imagine it's going to be okay for our journey home. So that was just a little run out on a lovely Saturday, just to see a few historic sites up at the other side of Colchester. So if you enjoyed the video, give me a big thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please do, and ring that bell. We've had quite a nice couple of months actually on the bikes, and do lots of touring, and a few more things are going to happen before the end of summer, so we should get a few more in, and I'll take you all on the ride with me. So until then, thanks very much for your support, guys, and if you've got any comments or you want me to check something out in the future somewhere in that area, then we can always have a look at it. But otherwise, I'll speak to you soon.